Alright, what's going on YouTube? How are you doing? Today is actually, honestly, another pretty good day. You know, I had a very productive day today. I won't talk too much about it because I don't want to ramble on too much. But I will say this, I have been reading some of the nice comments. A couple of you have been writing on some of my videos. And I do appreciate the support. It means a lot. There is something I really wanted to talk about in this video because recently, I would say, because I'm in this middle phase, I get my acceptance letter for my desired course in about, I think, 5 days. Please pray for me. I've worked so hard for this, but again, I leave it up to God. I leave it up to the universe. I trust the efforts I put in, but I'm feeling pretty good about that. But I've been self-reflecting a lot. There's been a couple of things that have been lingering in my mind and a couple of things that have been happening recently. Because I would say I've been evolving very, very fast, It feels so weird because at the same time it's I feel behind, but I don't feel I had to reflect and realize I don't feel behind because I'm behind. I feel behind because I'm not at the standard I want to be at, if that makes sense. And it's caused me to go a little bit deeper in thought, and I had a question, not a question, but I kind of realized that over this past semester that literally changed my life and shaping me into the person I want to be, I realized that why real change doesn't feel like a high. Alright, this is where it gets deep. I don't know what this video might even be, a real talk or just a regular upfront, no bullshit video that I usually do. But yeah, let's talk about it. You know what I've noticed a lot, and what I used to notice about myself when I used to do things, whenever we have a goal or something that pops up into our head that feels really cool, that we think we can do, whether it's, making an academic comeback like me, or even just saying, in the next 6 months, I'm going to get super jacked. In the next 6 months, I'm going to do this. Or in a year's time, I'm going to achieve X. And a lot of people are very motivated to say this. A lot of people genuinely believe and feel they can definitely do it. But when they actually enter and do the process, a lot of people tap out very, very early. And if I were to be honest, that kind of pisses me off, because if you're very driven by your emotions or very driven by a feeling inside of you, don't expect yourself to last very long, because feelings are very temporary. And that's why I really hate relationships, because we all feel different every day, and discipline is such an important factor. Where am I even going with this? The truth, if you're serious about achieving your goals, if you're serious about becoming the person you want to be, I can promise you this: you're not going to feel a high of dopamine 90% or 99% of the time. And I know in the moment, I've seen people who were super fired up. A lot of people will mean what they say in the moment, will talk very big, and even convince themselves in the moment that they can genuinely do something huge. But when it actually comes to doing it, people tap out very, very early and very, very quickly, and often don't finish the drive to their goal, if that makes sense. And a lot of people think it's because they lack motivation. Motivation is something you need to have, or I don't even know the word motivation. I know I make these, I guess you could call it motivational videos, but I don't like preaching motivation itself. I don't really believe in motivation because it's not real. Motivation is purely driven by your emotions. And emotions are the most inconsistent thing on the planet, because you cannot predict how you're going to feel in a week's time. You can't even predict what you're going to feel in the next hour. It's just something that you feel. I feel honestly tired and a little burnt out making this video, but that's no excuse not to make one. I don't rely on my emotions for everything. So the message I want to say in this video is, I truly believe if this video found you and you're serious about achieving your goals, just don't expect it to be fun, entertaining, and I guess a high all the time, because that's not life. Life is not like that. In fact, life is actually pretty boring. You know, I'll be real. You're not going to feel happy all the time. You're not going to feel sad all the time. You're not going to feel angry all the time. So you kind of just have to do things anyway, regardless if you feel on fire one day or shit the next day. Because when you realize that whatever you're chasing, or whatever like you know deep down is going to fulfill you, is bigger than your feelings in the moment, I promise you that's when I guess you start experiencing the high, because you know you have a bigger duty to not only the universe and yourself, but I guess to your calling on this planet. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. That's just a really quick message I wanted to say, and I really hope it resonated with you. And as always, see you in the next one.